What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So we got an interesting update to say the very least. Very interesting update. First ballot Hall of Famer, top 5 pound for pound best fighters in the world, undefeated superstar boxer, 4-division champion, former unified super featherweight, Shakur Stevenson. 25 wins, no loss, no draw, 11 wins by way of knockout. Shakur Stevenson has been going viral for a showdown with WBC super featherweight champion, star boxer, Shakur Foster. 25 wins, 3 losses, no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout. Shakur Foster has been calling out Shakur Stevenson. They've been beefing for quite some time. Shakur Foster has been calling out Shakur for the better part of over a year now. Shakur Stevenson is throwing obstacles in the way, saying that Shakur Foster need to fight his little man, so his little brother, in Raymond Savage Ford. Shakur fights Raymond Savage Ford, who's a very good fighter in his own right, and he dominates the fight. Now, he wins a majority decision. It should have been unanimous across the board. This fight wasn't hard to score at all whatsoever. But not just that. Shakur Foster, last 8 fights, he's been on a tear. He beat Raymond Ford. He beat Cool Boy Stephen Fulton. Robson Casasiao twice. I ain't counting that loss. He won that fight. Abraham Nova, Eduardo Hernandez, and Ray Vargas, who was 36 wins, no losses, no draws. So Ray Vargas was 36 wins, no losses, no draws. Edward Hernandez, 34 wins, 1 loss, no draws. Abraham Nova, 23 wins, 1 loss, no draw. Robson Casasiao, 18 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. We know his resume. Then he beat Stephen Fulton, 23 wins, 1 loss, no draw, who was coming off the biggest win, arguably, of his career, the rematch over his name is slipping my mind, right? But Brandon Figueroa, over Brandon Figueroa, and then Raymond Ford, right? So his stock is high, and he's been calling out Shakur Stevenson. Shakur gets in the ring after he beats Raymond Ford. He's emotional. They're going back and forth. They're jawing back and forth, etc., etc. Shakur Foster says, listen, I'll come to 140 and fight you. He said, let's shake on it. Let's make it happen. Are we going to make it happen? Shakur says, Shakur name calling, etc., etc. We can make it happen next. Then he leaves the ring, he goes on Twitter, he starts tweeting at Shakur Foster, tell him to answer the phone, tell him to sign the contract, etc., etc. Now, Shakur Stevenson is making another demand that Shakur Foster fight ain't going to happen in Texas. It ain't happening in Houston. It's going to happen. It got to happen in Newark, New Jersey, where Shakur is from. Why? So he's making a demand now that it is not happening in Houston, Texas. It's going to happen in Newark, New Jersey. Why? You towered over him. You're much bigger than he is. You said you made him quit in sparring. Right? You said he's a bum. He's trash. Which makes no sense, because if he's bum and he's trash, then you bigged up Raymond Ford and he just outclassed Raymond Ford. So then what does that make Raymond Ford? But now you're demanding that it can't happen in Houston, Texas. It got to happen in Newark, New Jersey. Why? I'm starting to believe that Shakur Stevenson is not as confident in his skill set as he leads us to believe. I believe he's uber talented. Been saying that. I believe Shakur Stevenson eventually can make a case, a keyword eventually can make a case that he's the best fighter in the world. You can't say you're the best fighter in the world. You don't fight the best fighters in the world in and around your division. No, sir. The fact that Devin Haney and Keyshawn are now even talking about having a fight against each other, they putting you to the back burner. Whoever wins that fight clearly puts you to the back burner. There's no way if Keyshawn beats Devin Haney, you could say you better than Keyshawn. And there's no way on this green earth that nobody could rank you above Keyshawn. And if Devin beats Keyshawn, there's no way on this green earth that anybody can rank you above Devin Haney. How? That means he beat Keyshawn, he beat Lomachenko, he went to Australia and beat Kambosos twice to become undisputed. He beat Brian Norman, who's a knockout artist, highlight reel, and the best fighter at 147. Right? He beat Regis Prograis for his belt, who only lost to Josh Taylor, who was the undisputed junior welterweight champion. And he's doing in dramatic fashion. He had the blunder, that ridiculous situation with Ryan Garcia, but we know he got cheated. So how could you possibly say that you're better than Devin Haney? You can't. And if Keyshawn jumps from one fight at 135, one championship 135, 2 fights at 140, and then jumps to 47 and beats Devin Haney, how could you possibly say that you're better than Keyshawn when Keyshawn's doing something you're not willing to do, and you're the same size as him? With no stipulations. Make it make sense. It's the same thing I say about Inoue. I can't say Inoue is better than Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney. He's a great fighter, no doubt. He's accomplished a lot. But is he a better fighter than them? No, he's not fighting the level of competition that they fought. As a matter of fact, if you look at O'Shaquie Foster's resume and compare it to Monster Inoue, the names that O'Shaquie Foster beat is just as good or better than Inoue's. The 3 biggest names Inoue beat was a faded old Nonito Donaire, Junto Nakatani, who didn't come to fight, and Stephen Fulton. Ray Vargas, at the stage he was, compare him to Nonito Donaire, Ray Vargas is better, right? He beat Stephen Fulton, common opponent. Now, he knocked him out, but he dominated him. But he also beat Abraham Nova, Raymond Ford, etc., etc. Who did Inoue beat of notice? Let's be real. Nobody wants to have these types of conversations because they just push a narrative. But nonetheless, I don't understand why Shakur Stevenson, and it really shouldn't even matter, right? I'm not even saying this that, I don't know, Texas is going to make more money, Houston. Shakur trains in Houston, Texas. He has a gym in Houston, Texas. He's managed by his manager, Jay Prince, is from Texas. So why couldn't you fight in Houston, Texas? You don't feel like you're going to get a fair shake? Make this make sense. You are levels above him, is what you tell us in the world. He's a bum. So why would it matter where y'all fought? It ain't happening in Texas, gotta happen in Newark. Again, like I said, man, I'm starting to believe that Shakur Stevenson is not as confident in his skill set as he leads on to believe. I believe he's uber talented. Again, like I said, he can't say he's the best fighter in the world. Keyshawn and Devin fight. There's no way. Bam Rodriguez and Inoue fight. There's no way. There's simply no way. David Benavidez fights Bavola Beterbiev. There's no way. It's just not. Jaron Ennis beats Xander Zayas and is a 2-division unified lineal champion. Or Xander Zayas beats Jaron Ennis. Like this, Let me know what y'all think, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone.